What's up everybody, I'm Jacob Blank, and in today's video I'm going to be explaining exactly how I became a millionaire by the age of 18. And I'm also going to show you proof at the end of the video that this is legit, so make sure you stick around to the very end. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Alright, so let's break it down from the beginning. How did I become a millionaire by the age of 18? And let's go right back to the humble beginnings of what I did to make a quick buck when I first started on this entrepreneur journey. Fortunately, when I was young, I already had that entrepreneur mindset, and I actually made a business when I was around 14, 15 years old using OfferUp. I leveraged OfferUp, Craigslist, and eBay in order to do this business. I call this business flipping junk. I'm sure you've seen on YouTube the side hustle of flipping couches and stuff like that. I was just flipping anything I could get my hands on at a discount or for free and flipping it for a profit. I first started off selling all the things in my house that my parents didn't want anymore and selling my old toys and pocketing all the money. Once I ran out of stuff, I needed to find a way to get inventory. There was different ways I could do this. I could buy stuff for cheap, and then resell it for a higher price, buy stuff, clean it up, and then resell it, furniture, I could clean it up, paint it, whatnot, and sell it for a higher profit. But I didn't really want to do that. I found a better way to get inventory where it could actually get brought to me and instead of me hunting for inventory. What I did was I partnered with friends, family, and different people in order to get inventory of stuff to flip. First, I started with my grandma. Anything she didn't want in her house, I sold, I did all the work, and we split the profits 50-50. Then my grandma's handyman, he told me he had a garage full of junk that he wanted to get rid of, but he didn't want to, just throw it away because it was worth money, but he didn't want to take the time to sell it. I said, I'll provide a service to you where I sell the stuff and we split the profits 50-50. I do all the work. It sounded like a great opportunity for him to clean out his garage and also pocket some money, and it sounded like an easy service that I was going to provide to him. So he wanted to do it, and boom, I got a ton of stuff. I did this with friends, all their old toys I told them I would sell, and I would give them half the money, and I got a ton of inventory. And I did this for a couple of years, and I just kept making more money and saving all that money. I was a big saver, which was really beneficial for me to be able to become a millionaire at 18, because you are going to need some capital in order to get there, right? You got to start with a good chunk of change, and you got to keep reinvesting that money and trying to double it, triple it, and grow it till you become a millionaire. So now I was 16 years old, I had a good chunk of change saved up, and I found out about this business called wholesaling real estate. If you don't know what wholesaling real estate, it's a fairly easy business model to understand. It's simple economics, buy low, sell high. And the reason I was able to get started in this business at 16 years old is because there's a low barrier to entry. Essentially what wholesaling real estate is you're just going to do marketing to homeowners. You are going to find a homeowner that is interested in selling their property in as-is condition for a cash offer. Once you find that homeowner that's interested in selling their property for a cash offer, you're going to talk to them about their property, negotiate with them, get their property under contract for a discounted price. You are then going to get pictures of the property, market the deal to cash buyers like fix and flippers and buy and hold investors that buy property for a living, market that contract to them, and assign that contract to them for an assignment fee. So you're going to get that contract, let's say at $100,000 to purchase the property. You're going to assign that contract for $120,000 to a cash buyer, and that's your profit margin, $20,000. You don't have to buy the property. You don't have to fix up the property. All you are doing is flipping paper. So it's super simple. There's minimal risk. You need minimal money to do it, and you can literally start today wholesaling real estate. And so that's how I was able to get in this business and achieve massive success. And I had a ton of free time on my hands at 16, 17 years old because I got very sick with mono, and I actually had to drop out of traditional school and do online school, so I had tons of time on my hands to chase after my dreams through this business. It took me 8 long months to get my first wholesale deal where I made $30,000 profit. Fortunately, I did not give up along that journey. That's over 240 days of waking up every single day and making the decision whether I was going to keep trucking along trying to find success in this business or whether I was going to give up. And fortunately, every single one of those 240 mornings, I got up and decided to keep going. So how did I chase after getting my first deal? First, I started doing marketing like this. I was putting up bandit signs and passing out flyers to pre-foreclosures, properties that were behind on their mortgage payment that had motivation to sell their house because they couldn't pay for their mortgage. So I would pass out flyers and put up bandit signs on the street. Unfortunately, I got no phone calls. I did that for a couple months. Then I decided that I needed to be doing more outreach, more volume, and chasing after the prospect, doing active marketing rather than proactive marketing, and actually go for the prospect rather than putting stuff out there and waiting for them to call me. Then I found out about my favorite marketing channel, which is cold calling marketing. Cold calling marketing actually helped me gain traction and start achieving success in this business, and cold calling marketing has stayed my favorite marketing channel ever since. The reason cold calling marketing is my favorite marketing channel is because if you think about it right, every other marketing channel, pay-per-click ads, SEO, bandit signs, billboards, all these different marketing channels, TV commercials, they're all leading to one place, which is the phone. So why not just start there? Why not just start with the prospect on the phone? And I started to gain some traction. I started having some good follow-ups. I started building a pipeline of motivated sellers that I was nurturing, trying to get that first deal. And I went on a few appointments to try to lock up a deal, but I didn't get any success. I got no after no. So then I decided to, invest a little bit more money into this business, a little bit more money into my success, and I hired a couple cold callers. I hired a couple cold callers in the Philippines for $5 an hour, and they started cold calling these homeowners, cold calling that list for me, and passing me the people that were interested in an offer. So now I was only talking to the people that were interested in an offer, and I was saving a ton of time and talking to people that were ready to sell their property. And I was gaining way more traction because of this. And I kept following up with these sellers. And one day I went out to an appointment in Glendale, Arizona on a house on a golf course. And I talked with them, I looked at the property, and I came with my contract, and I got them to sign on the dotted line. I was a nervous little kid shaking with the contract, 17 years old at the time, and I got that contract signed. And then I took the pictures of the property and that contract, and I started marketing that deal to cash buyers. I got this contract signed 6 months into my journey. So it took me a very long time to get my first break at success. It took me 6 months. I started marketing the deal to cash buyers. I found a cash buyer that was interested in the deal. I walked him through the property, and he told me that there was tremendous foundation issues. He wasn't going to be able to buy the deal. I brought up the foundation issues to the seller, and they were like, yeah, we already know about this. It's going to cost $13,000 to fix the foundation. Well, unfortunately, that repair cost completely killed the numbers, and this deal was completely dead. So after 6 months of chasing after this first deal, the deal completely fell apart, and I felt like giving up. Fortunately, I got back at it. 2 months later, I got a property under contract in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I was able to sell this deal for a $30,000 assignment fee and make $30,000 profit. I actually way undersold the deal, and I could have made $90,000, a little bit over $90,000 on the deal, and I way undersold it because I was not experienced. But guess what? That $30,000 was the best money I ever made. And as a teenager, getting your hands on $30,000, most teenagers would blow it. Fortunately, I reinvested every penny back into the business and back into myself. If I didn't reinvest that $30,000, I would have not became a millionaire by the age of 18. Right when I got that $30,000, I doubled my marketing and I invested in mentorship. I paid over $20,000 for a mentor, the biggest company in Arizona where I was located. I paid them over $20,000 to mentor me on how I could scale this into a multi-million-dollar real estate wholesaling business. And that was the best money I ever spent. So if you want the fast lane to success, I highly recommend that you invest in mentorship. If I didn't do it, I would have not became a millionaire. So now that I had the mentorship, now that I upped the marketing and I had closed this first deal, I just kept hitting the pavement every day after day, chasing after my dreams. I got more deals, a $20,000 deal, $15,000 deal, $12,000 deal, a bunch more deals were flowing in, and I kept just upping the marketing. I went from 2 cold callers to 4 to 5 to 8 to 12 to 15 cold callers. Then I was getting overwhelmed because I had too many motivated seller leads coming in. I couldn't follow up with them. So then I got an office where I was paying about $1,000 or $1,200 a month in rent. And I started hiring salespeople to follow up with the leads with me and try to lock up deals. And I just kept rinsing and repeating. I kept upping the marketing because it was a proven concept that that marketing channel worked. So I had no reason to not keep investing money into that marketing channel. Kept upping the marketing, kept hiring more salespeople, and I kept growing my business. I did this month after month, and I kept racking up wholesale deal after wholesale deal. And I was able to do well over $1 million in revenue by the age of 18 years old and become a millionaire. And now I've built my business up drastically. I have a massive office in Scottsdale, Arizona. I have over 7 sales managers. dispositions department, transactions department, tons of virtual assistants, you name it. I built up and scaled a full 7-figure business. I've also built other businesses along with this, different social media businesses, different cold calling businesses, tons of different businesses attached from this business. I became vertically integrated, and I just kept growing in all different directions and achieving so much more. So fortunately, I found out about this wholesaling real estate business. I went after it. I chased after the success. I caught a break, and then I kept going. I rinsed and repeated, and then I became a millionaire. And now I've built other businesses and just grown so much as a person and as a businessman. And that's what's been so exciting about this journey. So now let's jump on the computer and let me show you some information that you need to see in order to understand that this is completely legit and I was able to become a millionaire by the age of 18. All right, so now that we're on the computer, let's check it out. This is our transactions sheet where we keep track of every single deal that we do every year. So this is just a sheet of one of the years. And as you can see, here's all the addresses and the money that we made on each deal and when they closed. I do have to black out some of the information like the seller name, the buyer name, and stuff like that. But if you scroll down, you can see that we did over $1.2 million in revenue. This is how I became a millionaire through wholesaling real estate. Now let's check out the deals folder because I know that's just a spreadsheet and I could just plug addresses in and numbers and I could make it all up. So let's check out the deals folder. So this is the folder where we keep track of all the paperwork regarding every single deal that we do. And as you can see, there's hundreds of transactions. I mean, it just goes on forever. I'm scrolling. It goes on forever. And in every single one of these folders, there is all the stuff pertaining to each contract and each deal that we've done. So I can open any one of these folders and what you're going to see is you're going to see the purchase contract where I locked up the deal. You can see the signatures here. There's my signature, Jacob Blank. And then you're going to see the assignment contract where we sold it to a buyer. There's one of my good buddies, Donovan Ruffin. We sold him this deal. And boom, you can see that we made, well, we don't put the assignment fee on there, but we sold that deal for $105,000 and we locked it up for $95,000. We made $10,000 on that deal. So we have the purchase contract, the assignment contract. There we go. We can click on any one of these contracts, any one of these folders, and boom, we have the contract. We've got the pictures of the property. Boom. Real deals, real business. It's all here. Any single one of these folders we can click on. Any one of them. There's tons of folders. Open this up. There we go. Price reductions, addendums, contracts, assignment contracts, the title company information. It's all here. Fortunately, I found out about wholesaling real estate when I was young. It was a good vehicle to take me to the promised land, to take me to success. Fortunately, I had the dedication, the drive, the motivation, the grit, the work ethic to get after it and seriously make a change in my life for the better. And I stuck with it. I stuck with this vehicle. I stuck with this business model, and I was able to become a millionaire with it. And that's the beautiful thing about finding something that you're passionate about, finding a business model that you like. So if wholesaling real estate sounds like it's the thing for you, I hope the other videos on my channel can help you out. I also have other videos about how I achieve success and different things like that and different things about business. So if you liked this video, if you liked learning about how I became a millionaire, make sure you go down below, hit the red button and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the like button. And I hope you find my channel beneficial to you. But other than that, I hope you really did enjoy this video and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.